Hello everyone, hello, hope you're doing alright. Yes, happy Coronation Day, I guess you'd say. I almost keep saying Coronation Street, I have to watch out for that. Hope you're doing alright. Yes, it's another fraught one with my internet, playing up as usual. I think it's okay, fingers crossed. Believe me, it's so much exercise running up and down the route around, it's ridiculous. But anyway, that's my problem, not yours. But yeah, hopefully everything's alright. Fingers crossed it's stabilised. We'll see. But having said that, it's just started to play up a bit, but we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed it remains okay for the most part. We'll just have to go with it, I think. I don't think I've got much choice now. It's just I've tried everything. I can't try anymore, unfortunately. So there we go. Other than literally standing on the roof with the router above my head. But even then, I think that might be problematic to actually review the product. But there we go. But yes, so what have we got this week? Well, yes, a special one. I mean, it's a bit of a... I don't know, it doesn't look, I mean, yeah, well, you can get the gist of it. Coronation Colin the Caterpillar, extremely chocolatey sponge cake, yes. So, as you can see, basically an M&S's sort of take for the coronation with Colin. So, I think the gist of it is they've just put a crown on his head. Well, I mean, well, that's fair enough. I mean, I guess that's what coronation is, isn't it, really? So, yeah, why not? Why not? So, yeah, it looks very interesting. I mean, I've never actually had a Colin the Caterpillar, believe it or not. I've not had a full one. I've had I've had some spin-offs. Maybe I've had something at one point or another in the past, but I haven't had a proper one. I think that I remember anyway. I've had the mini ones, the mini roll ones, which I reviewed on this channel some time ago. Tell you what, I quite like the way on the front it's got his head. On the back it's got well, his backside, I guess. Maybe too much detail there for the back of the caterpillar, but yeah, looks interesting, doesn't it? It does look a good one. I'm quite excited for this one, but I think the presentation, I don't know. I mean, you can't see much here. I guess that's just the way it is, but you'd think maybe they could have made it a bit better where you could see the front of it and see the back of it. I don't know. It just seems a bit... You've just seen this big, long brown thing, aren't you, really? But you can see it just... I like the way it's got like the confetti on it, look of it. It's got all these crowns and diamond sweets on, which presumably they take from some other coronation products they've had, maybe, going up. But it's got a giant Colin face on it as well that you can just about see. I feel like they could have sort of packaged it a bit better, though. But this is how it is, and it's not too bad. But when I was looking at it, I was thinking, I can't really take any photos of this and like that very well. But anyway, there we go. But limited edition, it says. There was quite a few left in stock, but when I looked online to just get some photos for the images for this review, wasn't many there basically. So yeah, an interesting one. Basically there was well, I said there was none in stock rather. Sorry, there was lots of photos, but yeah. Honestly, there we go. Well, I'm just getting slightly distracted by the internet seeming to play up a bit. So we'll see how it is. It's one of those today. It just might be one of them. So we're just going to have to go with it, I think. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be all right. I just, I despair at it. There's not much I can do about it. I've tried so much, but yeah, I'm kind of at the point where there isn't much more I can do about it. So we'll just have to see. Hopefully it'll stabilise and be all right. But I kind of have got to that point where, as I say, there's not much more I can do. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. It seems to be going okay now. I hate this about, it's honestly the bane of my life, this internet. It really is. The download speed is really good, but the upload speed is just terrible. So at times, for some reason, it just, I don't know, yeah. It looks to be playing up again as well. All right, I'll tell you what, it won't be a second. All right, well, yeah, another thing, my alarm just went off then for some reason. I don't know why. That was a bit of a strange... It's all going on today. I don't know what's going on at all. One of those days, I think. Anyway, hopefully everything will be all right, and fingers crossed. I don't know whether that was related to anything. I don't know. Very strange, that. Oh, well. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I'll just have to persevere with it, I think. Hopefully. Yeah, I can see in the bottom left the upload speed, basically. I'm keeping looking at it and thinking, it's like a green light when it's fine. But yeah, so it kind of goes red and yellow and all this sort. And sometimes it's just losing the upload speed completely. So I don't know. I feel like I talk about the internet far too much for this. But anyway, let's let's get on with it, shall we? We'll have to just see how far we can get with it. Fingers crossed. All right. So we got it says chocolate sponge roll filled with chocolate buttercream covered in milk chocolates with a decorated white chocolate face and edible decorations. So yeah, quite a generic description there. But not suitable for freezing, it says. Not suitable for children under 36 months due to potential choking hazards. That's all the small bits, I guess. Yeah, bit of a shame that. I think, you know, young kids would like this. Although, I don't know, yeah. Maybe they're too young, I don't know, but there we go. Place cake on a flat surface, slice using a sharp, long-bladed knife in vertical direction. Clean knife blade between slices. So there we go. Well, I do have a cloth, just in case. There we go. What's we got there? Per 100 grams. That's 1,880 calories. Oh no, hang on, that's kilojoules. That's okay. Phew, I was going to say that's a lot. 448 calories, 20.3 grams of fat, 12.5 of which are saturates. And then per 12th, I think that is that a 12th or a 10th? Per 10th, 64 grams, 287 calories, 13 grams of fat, 8 of which are saturates. So there we go. That's quite a lot. Yes. Hello, Lewis. How are you doing? Hope you're doing all right. It's good to see you live on your channel. Thank you very much. Yes, in all the videos. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, well, I've had some internet problems today, so fingers crossed it doesn't conk out again. But yes, hope you're doing all right, Lewis. Good to see you. Thanks so much for a nice chats. Yeah, how are you doing today? How are you doing? Oh, you're good, thanks. Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad, thank you. Yes. Well, other than the stress of this internet playing up, yeah, but there we go. But you've come at the right time. Basically, before now, it was a nightmare. The internet was just playing up. Hopefully, it'll be okay. But if it does cut out, I do apologise so much. But it's just one of those things. Yeah, there's not much more I can do about it, unfortunately. But we'll see how it goes. Who means it gets better? So do I. Yeah, so do I. I don't know what's going on. My alarm was going off a second ago as well. So what on earth's going on? I mean, you know, technology today, I think it's just all... Maybe the alarm was just telling me, you know, yeah, your internet's problematic. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. But yeah. Maybe you're right, Lewis. Good to see you. Thanks so much for dropping by. Really good to see you. Yeah, what we're doing is the Coronation Colin the Caterpillar. We're just talking about the basically the calorie information and looking at the ingredients on the back just to see. There's milk chocolate 22%. Anything else of interest? White chocolate 14%. That's 36 so far. Are there any other percentages in there? I mean, it's hard to see because it could be miles away. But I'm just going to try and pick up on anything I can see. Dark chocolate 4% it says as well. So, alright, so that's 40% we've got. Maybe the rest is just sponge. But there is dark chocolate in it. There's palm oil there. Okay, yeah. So it's vegetarians, some allergies there. 640 grams it is. So basically, 6 times 448 calories roughly. A bit more than that actually. But so if you say 500 times 6, that's about, but I would say about 3,000 calories for this whole cake. So quite a lot off the top of my head. You had some internet problems of your own. What happened with you, Lewis? What happened? Well, maybe it's going around then. Maybe it's catching. I don't know. Oh dear, how yours are sorted. Yeah, I mean, it's just... I mean, it's reliant on it so much nowadays. But for the channel, it's a real pain for doing... basically live reviews, because obviously you want the upload speed. The download speed you're not too bothered about, because normally that's what matters most. But when you're streaming, you want the upload speed, and that's the one that's usually problematic all the time. I mean, I can get like 5G connection because I use a 5G router, and your download speed can be brilliant. It can be like 60 megabytes a second or something like that, which is actually ridiculously good for what I usually get. But the upload speed can literally be non-existent, so then I have to try and stop it doing 5G to get onto 4G. And then, but then that's the problem. When I do that, then everything goes to pot. You know, I get like 2 megabyte upload speed. I need 5 megabyte upload speed minimum. And sometimes it'll be like on the cusp of 5. I'm like, well, is that good enough? And I'll leave it for 5 minutes, then it'll tinker off again. And that's the problem I get, you know. Your internet provider keeps disconnecting the service and keeps buffing your broadband. Oh no, that's a pain. So they keep by buffing. Do you mean like restricting it so you can't get enough of it? You know, get much of it. Or do you mean just you keep getting that whirly symbol thing? Yeah, that's a bit rubbish though, isn't it? Yeah. Who are you with then? Maybe change. Yeah, what do they call it? Throttling, is that the word? Throttling. Yeah, I know I've heard they do that. Yeah. Well, I would change. Yeah, BT. Yeah. Well, you know, I think it pays to change quite frequently, to be honest with you. But it's really annoying. But apparently services are a lot better at doing it now, and I say apparently in quotes. You know, apparently they're better at actually sorting, you know, switching between providers now. But I wouldn't settle for it. But the problem is, you just think, well, better the devil you know, isn't it? Sometimes. Yes. Everyone needs to be a family to Hannah Rhoda. You had one. What did you think? What was your rating out of 5? Or out of 10 if you want, but usually I do out of 5 on this channel. But give either way, it's either fine. Or both, just half it if you give out of 10, I guess. Good to see you, Rhoda. Hope you're doing alright. Yes, hope you're doing alright. Yeah, so not bad. There's nothing on the bottom of this one. So we should just give it an open now. Now, I do have handily my other campaign. It's very, I don't know if it's it's too big for this, I think, is the gist of it. So we might have to, I don't know, manoeuvre it a bit. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, not bad actually. I think this one's quite nice. Now, Colin the Caterpillar, for those you don't know, M&S is a supermarket in the UK, and they have like a special thing well, mascot, I guess, called Colin the Caterpillar for their sweets. And obviously you can see in this case, it's got a crown on. It's the coronation in the UK today. I'm sure most of you use UK residents, but if you're not, basically the king was coronated today, Charles III. Yeah, so they've obviously done all these. Well, a lot of places have done limited edition things to celebrate it and stuff like that. And this is what M&S have done. They've done a Colin the Caterpillar special for the coronation there. So there we go. Yes. On the southeast in Engaged in England. Yeah, see, yes. And Engaged as well, maybe. Who knows? But yeah. Yeah, see, yes, yeah. Well, it's one of those where, well, the fact that you said he had BT broadband, I kind of gave it away. But I thought, well, you know what? Maybe there's other people. I just thought, I won't assume, but there we go. Yeah. We're not engaged. Okay, well, not that you know of anyway. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe today's the day. Maybe today's the day. Oh, dear. Yeah, that might be a surprise. I don't know. But there we go. Yes. Well, anyway, let's get into this one. See what it's like. Yeah, well, you never know. You never know. Who knows? Who knows what could happen on a coronation? Maybe the coronation make yeah, anything possible. Who knows? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's that that kind of day, but you never know. Oh dear. But yeah, right. That's I can't really. This is going to be very difficult to show on the camera, I think, actually, for the smaller one. But I'll show it there for now. And we'll see what happens. I can't even get into it, to be honest with you. The cellophane is proving quite tricky. Right, so normally I do, you know, with the live reviews, I review quite a few things. Well, obviously, this is going to be the one. But, you know, I don't think that's a problem. I think it's going to be quite long enough anyway. But we'll see. All right, we're getting in there. We're getting in there. There we go. All right. I was saying before, it's a bit of a disappointment that the wrapper is a bit, you know, doesn't show you the front or the back really. It's a bit of a poor packaging, I think, actually, for what it is. I don't know. I understand probably why they do it, but I think if they had more cellophane around the edges, it would be better. Yes. OBS. Yes, OBS I use. Yeah, OBS I use. Yeah. There's some other ones, I think. I mean, there's two OBSs, I believe, or at least two variants of it, but I use just the regular one. Yeah, it's just one of those. Yes, hello Gail, how are you doing? Yeah, I've done about 8 years or something like that. Oh, 8 years, I think. Yes, 8 years. Quite some time now, something like that. Yeah, quite some time. Yeah, OBS, yeah, that's right. That's the one I use, basically. I mean, there are other ones, I don't know. I think maybe some you have to pay for. I think it's Streamlabs OBS. I don't know what the difference is, you know, but there we go. Maybe it's a different one. I'm not sure. It's a long time since you last used. Did you used to stream games, did you, Lewis? Was that what you did? Yeah, I've tried, yeah. It's one of those, my internet is just, I'm just having to use 5G, unfortunately. It's just not reliable, a 5G router, because I can't get ultra fast broadband. You know, long-time viewers of the channel will notice I complain about it every so often. It's been relatively reliable recently, but well, I'll say recently up until about 2 weeks ago, and it's just gone rubbish again. I don't know. My techniques to make it work have stopped again. You used to have a YouTube channel when you were younger, but you quit because you're going to play music instead. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? It's one of those. You know, maybe we could do a music one now. Maybe we could do music. You know, that's a thing as well. You know, yes, that's a thing as well. Yeah. Mint Twirl out in UK. Yes, I did hear about that. I need to find it. It's in Tesco apparently. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that one. Looking forward to that. Have you had one yet, Gail? Have you had one? Let's get in Morrison. 75p. Imagine that's 75p for a chocolate bar, though. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Now when you think about it. It should used, when I was young, which is a long time ago now, it should used to be about 25p, if not cheaper, for a full-size bar. And they were probably bigger back then as well. All right, let's see how we do with this. I don't know. As I say, I've got the one below here. We'll see how it goes, but I think it's too big for the smaller one. But we'll see. All right, here we go. Here we go. Colin's about to come out. There we go. Look at that. So you can see there. Roughly. I think I'll just show it on the big camera as well. There we go. The king has arrived. There we are. Looks pretty good, doesn't it, I guess? I'm not sure how caterpillar-like it is, but it's quite general for the Colin one. But it's obviously got a crown on. Slightly different colour to the crown as well, strangely enough. Well, let's pull the tray out. Yes. Yeah, it used to be 50p when you were 8 or around 8. Yeah, this is it. I mean, it just goes up so much, doesn't it? Well, when I was, you know, obviously maybe a bit older than you, that's Lewis, but yeah, it was half that again. You know, ridiculous, really. But that's the way it goes. Never goes. Prices never go down. I don't think, not these days, anyway. All right, let's get Colin out. His coronation. All right, there we go. So there we go. Got the. It's all out of the box. So now I'm going to really show you this, but I'll try my best. There we go. So I might just take off the smaller camera, actually. I don't know if it's really helping, to be honest with you. Maybe if I had a different setup, I could try and work this out. But there we go. That's what we're up against. It looks quite good, doesn't it? I might take a photo of this with my phone. But there you can see, looks pretty good. Put them for Instagram or something like that. Looks quite nice. Got a crack down the middle, though, which is a bit of a shame. I don't know if you can see it's more on this side. But overall, it's not bad. I think this is a good for kids' parties. I think it's quite one note, though, isn't it? You know, I think once you've seen it once, you've seen it. Yes. Yeah, you're 21. With Twix Fino. Yes. What was that? What was that? I remember that as well, but I can't quite think what it was now. Yeah. Don't think I ever reviewed it, unfortunately. Yeah, that is one thing that happens, isn't it, though, where the where chocolates disappear. I'm just taking a photo as well, so I'm doing it, so that's for YouTube or something, for Discord, well, for Discord as well, maybe, but for Instagram, we'll just take some photos. Why not? Before I start chopping into it, you know. That's all pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, you can see. I shouldn't probably do this really, but there we go. All right, there we are. Why not? It was a wafer bar instead of biscuit and caramel. Yeah, that does sound. I really, you know, what happened to that? That sounds really nice, that, doesn't it? I remember, I think I had it once, maybe. You know, that was it. Wafer bar instead of biscuit and caramel. Yeah. At least like 2010, 2011. Oh, it's a shame that one's disappeared, isn't it? That would. I don't know why they basically play it safe nowadays. It's a real shame, you know, real shame. You know, one of them really. Yeah, there's a few others like that. Mars Planets, it was like Mars Planets, those little chocolate selections used to do, you know, one of them. Yeah. Yes, yes, Vasco, does look a good one, Well, I'll give it a bit of a chop. I don't know what's the best way to do it, but we'll try and chop it. Yeah, they probably, unfortunately, what they'll do nowadays is just regular limited editions where they'll just change the flavour of the caramel. Like the salted caramel, do easy ones, I think. Alright, so I don't know how I'm going to really show this, guys. It's going to be quite difficult. It's just too... I'm trying to do it, you know, but yeah. I think what I might do what I used to do in the old days and just move the other camera down a bit, maybe. Maybe. You know what? I'm not going to do that. Let's just keep it like this. I'll just chop a bit off and see. So you can see, yeah, what I do like about it is the trainers on it. I don't know if you can see those, but they look quite good. You know, they're like, you know, they've put a little effort into making some trainers on there. I don't know if they are actual trainers, you know, whether it's just some other chocolate they use, but they do look to be. Like the diamonds on top as well. You can see nice diamonds there and crowns on top, and the confetti as well. I think even the back looks quite good. Like they made a bit of an effort for the back. There's some smaller bits of roll there. Nice. And that's just, I think that's just a generic chocolate that they have. Maybe blown up a bit and just stuck it on the front. But I think they do have like Colin the Caterpillar faces that you can buy, although they are smaller than that, so yeah, not too bad. Yes. Right, okay, yeah, so alright, let's have a see. Okay, so I think I've got a knife about. Let's just see if the internet gets back on track. Was going okay? Is it back? Don't know. It's struggling a bit. I'm just trying to see if the internet gets back a bit before I start doing anything else. It's kind of just started to play up a bit. I don't know. It was fine for a time. And now it's playing up again. Oh, I don't know what to do. Let it stabilise. It's just, you might still be able to hear me okay, I'm not sure. But the thing is, just the internet's just played up a bit and it's buffering a bit, you know, and there's not, I don't know whether to continue on or whether it'll sort itself or whether to try and actually fix it by resetting the router and things. I don't know what to do. It seems to be possibly getting better. Yeah, it keeps buffering. Well, this is my internet this time, Lewis, not yours. Yeah. Yeah, it is, yeah. Oh, dear. Well, you know, one of those. It seems to be getting better. It seems to have got back to normal again. But how long it'll stay like that, I don't know. You know, this is the problem, really. So tell you what we'll do. We'll just continue on quite quickly. You know, and see how it goes. So then we'll persevere and hope beyond hope that it that it works out. All right. Okay. We'll see how it goes. We'll just have to. I think we'll just have to keep going. So I tried to fix it beforehand. Had no joy. So, all right. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll give it a bit of a measurement. The whole thing itself, as we saw, was 640 grams. So bear that in mind. So keep that in mind for the future. 640 grams. And the length of this thing, well, it's going to be hard to show you, I think, is the gist of it. But it is about 28 centimetres, really. So, you know, from head to toe, almost literally. You can quite see. You see this 30 centimetre ruler. There we go. So, apart from the edge of the head, you can see it's about 28 centimetres, basically, roughly. Not too bad though, not too bad. It's going to be quite difficult to measure the rest of it, but we'll try to do it as best I can. You know, it's a staple of the channel, isn't it, to measure the idea. So I've got the, as I say, I'm trying to show you what it is. So basically around the centre of each segment is about 8 centimetres actually, but between the segments where it's a bit thinner is roughly 7, so lost about a centimetre there. So it's not too bad. And the height, again, we'll try. I don't know if I can do the height very well, really. It's going to be quite difficult. Maybe if I lift it up a bit. Yeah. Careful, careful, careful. Have to be quick. Quick breaks. About 6.7 with one of the shapes on top, but it could be about 6. Yeah, about 6.4. There we go. Managed to do it, but got a bit of chocolate. All right, well, without further ado, we need to cut it, don't we? I think that's what we need to do, is cut it. So let's do it. All right, I've got my knife here. So you can't really see it very well. I'm sorry about that, but there's not much. It's just a bit difficult. Okay. All right, there we go. So give it a bit of a chop. So you can see here what we're up against. They're quite nice. You can see the side on the camera there, maybe. Yeah, looks pretty good, doesn't it? Nice bit of cream. Perhaps could be a bit thicker chocolate cream. I think that's the problem with these, a lot of them. Could do with being a bit more spongy, really, I think. Sorry, a bit less sponge and a bit more cream, because the sponge can be a bit dry, is the gist of what it is, and that's the problem often. You know, so we'll see if that is the case. We'll see if that is the case. And of course, got lots of nice little sweeties as well. Maybe, let's try and chop it off. Don't know, let's see. How best to do it. Just chop it down this side again. It can be a bit difficult though, with the sweets in the way. That is one problem, because when you're trying to chop it, obviously the sweets get in the way, so you end up having something like that. So you have to take the sweets off beforehand. So something to bear in mind. Not like other cakes where, you know, if there's little bits on decorations, you try and get them and you can work them into the slice. This one you can't. It ends up kind of being a bit ruined like that. So something to bear in mind, that really. Something to bear in mind. All right, well, I think, yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to give it a taste. See what it's like. So let's have a look. Let me just move the capture thing. So let's give it a go. I think if I want to tempt the internet to go away, so got me a massive slice here. Let's give it a go. Let's try it. Not bad, you know. Cake is quite dry, but there's so much. I was worried there wouldn't be much cream in there, but there is. I could have just been lucky. But not bad at all, that, you know. Nice, the chocolate's nice and thick on the outside. Really helps it out. Also crunch from that sort of confetti as well. I kind of wish there was more of that, really. It's quite sugary, quite grainy. You know, I can feel that in the... I think it's in the chocolate cream. But overall, it's not too bad. I don't know where the dark chocolate is. There's dark chocolate in here, but I'm not sure where that is. But it's actually quite a well-balanced affair, really, to be honest with you. Let's try one of the chocolate crowns. Let's just give that a go. Must be a white chocolate, that. You can call the decorations are probably white chocolate, just coloured different colours. I don't know where the dark chocolate is, but not bad actually, not bad at all. No, I think this is really nice. It's a nice it's a nice set of chocolate actually. It's nice, it's really good. I think for me you can see the different sponge layers here. It seems almost like they've actually just attached a load of different layers and then covered them in chocolate. You know what I mean? So there's definitely different segments there. That's the way it looks to me. Yeah, this on that bit anyway. So they've actually pre-done slices and put them together. So it's not a roll and then covered. It's actually slices put together, then covered in chocolate by the looks of it. Which is fine. It does mean they're actually a bit more accurate with it as well, rather than having sort of, you know, when you sometimes get those Swiss rolls that are rolled up and they come in apart and things, it means it will be consistent. So this is quite good actually, I think. You can see big sort of chocolate face there. Okay, I like the way as well you can see it's been covered in chocolate on the side, so it actually does fit in. So we can take it off a bit. So there you go, you do have the massive Colin face. And there you go. And you can see there, nice Swiss roll there, not bad at all. That, as I say, different segments, so it does keep a consistent shape. Hi there, Joe. How's it going for you today? How are you doing? It's been a while, Joe. It's been some time. How are you doing? Hope you're doing all right. I think the lives have been a bit shorter recently because of technical issues and other things. But yeah, hope you're doing all right. I'm not doing too bad, fam. I'm not doing too bad. I just won't be 1 second. There won't be a second. All right, hi there. Yes, sorry about that, Joe. Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, basically my alarm just keeps going off. I don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on there. I'll have to look into that. But yes, glad you're doing okay. Glad you're doing all right. Yes, has been some time. Yeah, how's things been going for you? Yeah, what have you been up to? What have you been up to? Well, today we're reviewing basically you might know, you might not, but it's the King's Coronation in the UK. So as a sort of homage to that, reviewing basically this this Coronation Colin the Caterpillar. And Colin the Caterpillar is like a sort of UK staple of birthday cakes, basically. That's essentially you get it in where do you get it? Sort of, well, M&S mainly, but there are lots of spin-offs in other supermarkets where they'll have their own sort of, I don't know, they'll call it, I don't know if they call it a caterpillar, but they do. It's usually like, they'll call it like Graham the Caterpillar or something like that, let's just say, or something like that. So yeah, interesting one, that one. Yeah, interesting. But well, yeah, that's the gist of it. So that's what we're reviewing today. So not too bad. I don't know, have you heard about is it a big thing elsewhere in the world? Joe, have you heard about it? It's a traditional cake. It's a Swiss roll cake, basically. So it means it's one of those which rolled up like that. I don't know if you use that term in Brazil, but yeah, never heard about it. Well, maybe it's not quite as big a thing across the world these days. But basically, yeah, the king's being crowned the king officially is the gist of it. So lots of pomp and ceremony, all that kind of stuff, and that's why this one sort of got a crown on his head. It's just like a limited edition. You can see there. Not the best looking caterpillar face, I don't think, but it's good enough. Yeah, I've been having some internet problems, by the way, Joe, so apologies if that happens this time, but yeah, please bear with it. It's one of those. But yeah. But yes, so there we go. So not too bad, really. Not too bad. You do have these cakes. Ah, right, okay, yes. Similar, like the same name? Or do you have it... I think it's probably a standard cake, isn't it, really? This one, they've done the different rolls to give it the sort of the effect it's got to make it have smaller segments and big ones. They're actually predefined slices. But the shoes do get in the way of it a bit. But you can see it does look very nice. It is really nice, actually. Yeah. And the white chocolate for the shoes and things is very good. See, it's very tempting to just have a big segment like that, really. Which is what I've done. And the white chocolate's very good as well. It's a lovely cake. It looks very nice. They are basically Yule logs. They're basically Yule logs, jam, but in another form. So it's the same difference. But I think the difference with, you know, the slight difference is the fact that I think Yule logs have got buttercream on top generally. This one's just got a chocolate layer, but they're basically the same thing. They're called like, the term we use in the UK is Swiss roll, basically. And Yule logs are basically a Swiss roll, but with like buttercream on top. Although they don't always have buttercream, you know, so it's not really official. It's just meant to be shaped to look like a log. But again, some of the ones I reviewed at Christmas didn't have buttercream on, so who knows? But they're basically the same thing, yeah. They're basically the same thing. Yeah, it's not too bad, Joe, as well. I recommend, if you're ever in the UK, I recommend this one. It's got a nice, I see the sponge is quite, it's quite moist. It's not moist, but it's moist enough. And I think the buttercream in the centre, or the, she was buttercream anyway, or the chocolate sauce, whatever, what did it refer to it as, officially? Chocolate buttercream, yeah, okay, it's buttercream, yes. Yeah, it's very nice indeed. White chocolate face and edible decorations. Yeah, it's very nice indeed. It's just a good balance of it, actually. It's a good balance. You call them enrolados there. Yeah, curled. I see, okay, right. Ah, see, okay, rolls basically here. So it's the same difference, yeah. But they call them Swiss rolls, I guess, because it's from Switzerland, maybe. I don't know, or for some reason we believe them to be. But basically, yeah, rolls is the gist of it. But the roll is also a bread roll, so the fact it's called Swiss roll in front of it gives it another definition. So if you said roll, I think people would generally think you mean bread. So yeah, that's the difference basically. Yeah. So it's one of those. Yeah. So one of them. But I think but it's very nice this. Yeah, I mean I don't know what type of Swiss roll do you have? Usually like the sort of jam, I think, and vanilla sponge for Swiss rolls generally, but you can get other types. Yeah, but I do think it's another European heritage, probably. Well, probably is. It probably is. But having said that, it doesn't feel like it's that much of a rocket science to make, does it? So you probably would think someone would invent it eventually. But maybe that was the first place to get it, Switzerland, maybe. Maybe brought by the Germans. Could it be? Well, possibly. I mean, well, I believe it's Swiss in origin, but obviously Switzerland borders Germany. So could have brought it over, basically. Yeah, they could have done. Yeah, probably, possibly, quite likely. You know, interesting, isn't it? Interesting that, yeah. I think it's quite nice. It's quite a nice treat, actually. It has to be said. And some of them are a bit rubbish. You know, I think some of them can be just too dry. Chocolate sponge tends to be quite dry, and in this case, with this Colin the Caterpillar one, it's actually pretty good. It's you know, tempted to just nibble this. I'm going to take a photo of it, and I might just give it a nibble. You know, yeah. I'll take a quick photo of it, just to let's have a look. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Just for posterity's sake, and I'm going to give it a bit of a nibble. So I'm going to nibble the Colin's face, unfortunately, but there we go. Very nice, really. I can see people fighting over the front of the face. I mean, it's very nice, actually, the front of the caterpillar. Even the white chocolate's nice. All these decorations are quite thick. Normally white chocolate can be quite sickly, but coupled with the cake, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, it works very well, this. I'm quite impressed with this, actually. I thought I wouldn't be too happy with it, but I am. It's very nice. I do like it a lot. I think it's quite straightforward, this one, really. But what's the problem with it? Well, some of the problems, I would say, are the fact that the decoration, these like blue bits, don't go all the way round, so it's very much on the top. Sometimes cutting it, these bits get to stop you cutting them. So obviously you can see in this case where I tried to cut it there, the shoes got in the way and the cake just broke away. So you might have to separate the bits first, which is not necessarily a problem. But generally with cakes you don't do that, or try not to do that, because you want to give people, you know, you chop it in half, give bits half of it or something. So it can be problematic, you know, so sometimes it doesn't work quite as well as you would like. But I think that's basically, I think the sponge, which is the main part, and the cream are just well proportioned, really nice. And the fact, as I say, the different slices put together rather than it just one big roll rolled up means it keeps its structure, means it gets that interesting caterpillar shape, as you can see here, with the different sizes. You know, it just works quite well, really, like that. And as I say, because of that, you get a consistent amount of cream in the centre. You know, it's really good. It's just really nicely designed, actually. Yeah, some of them are quite dry. Usually the ones from the bigger grocery stores. Yeah, they just don't tend to. This is a bigger grocery store, but it's an expensive product. It's like their staple product as well, and it's obviously made. You know, it's their thing basically, and I think that's why. You know, it kind of is a bit more consistent here and a bit better done. I haven't tried the ones from other supermarkets though, but I imagine they'll be trying to replicate this. But I know what you mean. Usually some of these other ones, they just don't quite. They're not quite good enough, really. I know what you're saying, and but this one, you know, from what I've tasted, as I say, I think it seems quite fair. I'm just going to take another nibble just to be sure. This is just pure cake this time. No nonsense with it. It's not bad. It isn't. It's not bad at all. I mean, like with all these things, though, Yule logs and things. I think Yule logs, though, when they've got that buttercream on top, it's too much. In this case, it's got the little, you know, the little bunting type things going on, the confetti type affairs, and the chocolate bits. I think they're really good. I mean, you could just do a bit more confetti type things, really. And it suffers from the problem that most cakes suffer from, is the fact that it's just a bit much sometimes. But you are only meant to have a slice of it, so it is one of them. So with all that in mind, I think it's not bad. I just wish there's perhaps more confetti. As I say, you can see it only really is on the top, you know, definitely not really around the side. And then you've got all the bottom and things. Bottom looks okay though. You can see here it's a bit flat and tie tracky from the conveyor belt. But that's what you'd expect, you know. And I like the way they've got the shoes as well. I think it looks pretty good. And they do look to be shoes, not just some other generic thing they've put on. You can't really see very well there, but you know, not you know, not perfect shoes, but they look like feet. You know, you can see sort of like socks and shoes, so it's not bad. I mean, they're not bad. I think they're not bad, those. It does say there's dark chocolate in there somewhere. I have no idea where the dark chocolate is. It could be in the buttercream or something. I'm not seeing it anywhere. But overall, this is pretty good, this one. I don't know. I feel like it's, well, my alarm is going off again. I won't be a second. I won't be a second. Don't know what's going on. Well, I don't know what's going on at all. It's just technology today. It's just really going against me. My alarm is just going off continuously, even though it wasn't turned on. So I might have to phone the maintenance guy about that, because that's 3 times now. Yeah, just happened today, just when I'm doing my live as well. Ridiculous, isn't it? What is going on today? I don't know. Oh well, at least it's not doing it in the middle of the night, I guess. But yeah, so this one for me, I think, you know, as what the plus points are, as I say, sponge is very nice, and it's, you know, it's not moist, but it works. It's got enough buttercream in it to work really well, which I think is great. I think the problem as well with I think the problem with a lot of regular sponges, as I say, is the fact that they're just too dry and there's not enough cream in the middle. So that's not too bad at all. I think the other plus points as well with it is the fact that it's, you know, the white chocolate's really nice. It's a really nice white chocolate in the decorations and things. It's really good actually, and I think there's enough of it as well for each person generally to get one per slice. And I think the confetti on the top is quite crunchy. Has a bit of a nice crunch to it as well. Which is what it is really. Not chocolate. Don't really know what it is. Does it say what it is on the back? Dark chocolate 4%. I can't easily see very quickly. But it definitely doesn't taste like chocolate. It has a weird consistency, but more chewy almost. But I don't know what it. I can't easily see what it is. Just says edible decoration, so it could be anything. But yeah, interesting. So those are good ones. As I say, definitely well proportioned. The flavours and I say consist textures complement each other very well. Interesting. So you can have it around the year, not just at Christmas. Yeah, basically, yes. Yeah, is the gist of it. Yeah. Yeah, and it's beautiful too. Yeah, it is a very nice one. It does look very nice, actually. It does look really good. Yeah, and you can have it all year round, as I say, and but usually in different guises. It won't be called. It's just called, yeah, Swiss rolls essentially. So yeah, but various takes on it is the gist of it. But yeah, it's not bad at all. Yeah. I think the negatives for this one, as I say, the confetti, not enough of it. It would be better if they had more of it. The white chocolate's so thick that chopping through it you can't really, so that's a problem. So obviously trying to share it out, it could cause issues when you're trying to cut into it. It's just a bit of a problem there, but you can take them off, and you probably will need to actually before you do it. So that is something to bear in mind. I think the internet might be playing up slightly. Hopefully it'll stabilise a bit, but there we go. We'll just have to go with it, I think. Fingers crossed. Technology today is just really against me. I don't know what it is, but anyway, it's the way it goes. There's not much I can do about it, but we'll just persevere. Nearly wrapping up now anyway, I think. But yeah, I think that's the good thing. I think I'd say the problem with it is, as I say, the bits are just too big, and there's not enough of the confetti pieces all the way around. I'd like them to be more of them, basically, I think is the gist of it. So that's what I would like. Yeah, the internet is just really going against me. So I'll try and wrap this up quick, I think. Oh, goodness me. What a day today is. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, well. Hopefully you can see enough to get the gist of it. So I think for me, yeah, one slice is probably enough of it. You know, you could always have more. It's always the way, isn't it? You can never have too much chocolate, but you'd be quite sickly after enough. But I think the white chocolate is good quality white chocolate. I have no idea if it's streamed any of this now, unfortunately. I don't know. Oh, it's one of them. I don't know. Oh, What to do? What to do? Is it doing it or not? I can't tell really, unfortunately, so I don't know whether it's reporting this. Maybe I should have perhaps recorded this at the same time, and then I could have uploaded it separately. Maybe that's what I should have done, but I didn't do that. So there we go. Oh dear. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll say, Joe, let me know if the internet's coming through or not, because I can't tell if you're hearing this or not. I mean, you might be able to hear certain bits. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I think I don't know. Just checking there's nothing else on my computer might be causing it, but I don't think there is. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to try and let's say still coming through. That's good. All right. Well, that's good. Sounds good. Yeah. It might be a bit slow. See, sometimes a bit of a delay as well. So there we go. But it's one of them. I'm just going to keep going and finish it off. I think. But there we go. While it is coming through. But there we go. Yeah. But yeah, for this one for me, I think it's not too bad. But as I say, could we have more confetti on the top? The white chocolate gets in the way of cutting it sometimes, which is a problem. You know. But overall, I think it's well proportioned, things like that. I think maybe just could have something a bit more in it, a bit more exciting, more varieties of chocolate, not just white chocolate on the top. Things like that. But generally, it does a good job, and for a cake, it's pretty good. Cakes, especially chocolate ones, can be quite one note and a bit boring, and just a bit too much sometimes. A bit just too much, too much, sauce, too much chocolate, too much this, and it just needs to be balanced out a bit. And this one, I think obviously it is intended to be ate in slices, so it can work from that respect. But yeah, I think for me, it does basically work. I just think it could do something a bit more in it, some more, I don't know, I'll say more in the range of dark chocolate, more confetti, more things like that. But generally it is pretty good. It's pretty nice, looks pretty good as well, like Jow says, looks very nice indeed. So I think for me, yeah, I don't know, 4.5, I don't know. For the average cake product, it's another one of those where, I don't know what the average cake would generally be, really. I feel like 2 out of 5 is probably a good spot for an average cake, I think. I think for me, this one, I think 4 out of 5, I think sounds a good amount, I think. As I say, it would be better if you had more variety in the toppings, have more of them, more confetti around the edges of it. And I think the white chocolate bits, while they look good, do get in the way of cutting it, but I don't know if that's really a problem. But it is something to bear in mind, because you might just have to take them off beforehand, but I think that's probably fair enough. But, it'd be nice to perhaps have chunks of white chocolate in it, maybe. Would that be better? Maybe, just for it to work a bit better. But then it wouldn't look as good, so maybe you can have both. So one of them. But there we go. Yeah, 4 out of 5, I think. It's definitely closer towards a 4.5 than a 3.5, that's for sure. But I feel like, it could only really attain a 4.5 if it had a bit more, like say, more confetti on it, maybe bits of chocolate or bits of other things in it, something a bit more about it, more flavours. But overall, it's still very nice, and I think it was pretty good that. And I reckon it's probably very similar to the regular Colin one as well. So I'm quite sure that'd be a similar affair, really. But there we go. Yeah, not like the internet stabilised just towards the end. Goodness me, what a palaver, and my alarm's going off as well. I don't know, I'll have to keep an eye on that. It's all going wrong today, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, overeating cake is easy. We do get pretty stuff after that. This is it. It's probably good for it to just be just right for you, I think. But there we go. Alright, Joe, right guys, well I think I'm going to disappear before the internet goes completely. I think I'm not going to push my luck. It's playing up quite a lot today, so, it's one of them, but there we go. But yeah, thanks so much for talking, Joe. It's great to see you, and yes, and Lewis from before as well. Great to see you, Lewis, also. Hope you're doing okay. Your internet's better than mine today, that's for sure. Yeah, well, take care, Joe, as well. It's great to see you again. As I say, I'm probably going to go while the internet's good, so apologies if your goodbyes come through and I've already gone. I'm probably just not going to push my luck, basically, because the internet could just disappear and be one of those. Yes. Oh, thanks so much, Joe. You have a good one yourself. Have a great one too.